Welcome to Bari Chats with Nina
and Pam
of Bari-Bestiez.
No sugarcoating here. We are talking bariatric life in all its realness.
The wins,
Setbacks,
food noise,
grief,
regain,
self-care,
nutrition,
movement,
motivation,
and mindset.
So if you are ready for honest, empowering conversations, you are in the right place.
We are serving straight up truth about our experience as bariatric patients.
So grab your water, your courage, and remember,
we are stronger together.
Hey guys, guess who we have today?
Ooh, who do we have hidden in our back pocket?
We have Rob DiMidio of Busy Bariatrics, and let me explain something to you. He is coming with a plethora of good information, helpful hints and tricks on tips and tricks on your journey. We actually reach out to Rob whenever we're stalled or stuck, and he's actually been a great partner with us in the past with podcasts, with talking to people in our Facebook group. And Rob, we're just excited to have you again on Bari-Bestiez Chatz.
Coaching and collaboration.
Yeah. Hey, Nina and Pam. It's so nice to be on. And it's always cool when I get to talk to your Facebook community. It's been fun to watch the two of you grow over the past year and a half and see the evolution of both the podcast, the Facebook group. And it's something I think that's really important is just we all support one another when we come in our bariatric journeys, but also how we support other businesses and communities in there. So I'm happy to be on, and I'm always happy to see you two thriving.
Well, we love it. And I know we really got to meet each other and get to know each other better at the JBY event that we went to last year. And hopefully this time we'll win something. So we'll see.
Hopefully this year, hopefully next year they have JBY. I get to stay for the whole thing.
Yes.
I feel like the toughest part was I had, we led the workout for Kelly and Mel.
Yeah.
On, I want to say that was Friday.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, Friday.
We were in your group. So yeah.
Correct. At First Form Gym, my kids' daddy-daughter dance was that night. So we literally were re-racking the plates, getting everything, and then I had to hop on a plane back from St. Louis to New Jersey, did the daddy-daughter dance that night, and then got on a flight again the next morning, Saturday, just to get it in time for the award show. So
wow, I had no idea because, everybody, we were doing so many different events. And I think we just didn't have time to really focus on one person, but we thought you were there the whole time. So you did a great job at hiding it.
Constant movement.
Yeah, it's I always say like I'm very intentional with my time, but it's also there's so many awesome people to meet at these events, and the better part is like you make friendships. So it's a lot of like, oh my goodness, I want to talk to Nina and Pam, but like there's so many other people. So when we got in, I want to say Thursday night for the sponsorship kickoff event, it's like I was like, okay, I have to talk to every single person for at least 4 minutes.
Like that too.
We were like that too.
Yeah. And then you're also deathly afraid of what happens if you miss your flight, like, which we kind of had mapped out, like what happens if the weather wasn't good, because Philly weather that weekend was thunderstorms and they were delaying and moving flights.
Oh, wow.
And then of course, like there were some issues with my boarding pass of, I thought I reserved my seat, but it turns out I didn't reserve my seat. So I didn't know. Don't worry, this actually works out, and do not follow this at home. I ended up getting like one of the reserved seats because I was last aboard. So it was like stupid luck that it worked that way.
Wow.
But I do not recommend going at home. So I was breathing into a paper bag.
Brave enough to do that.
The luck of the leprechaun right there, I'm telling you.
Yeah. Well, you have to check in for so many, and usually when you take a flight, you're only going one way out and then one way back, but I had to catch 4 flights in 5 days. So it's like, I was either like, I knew I was checking in. I knew I wasn't checking in on some. We may have had some adult beverages, like while we were going through all these. So it's like, you get your notification on your phone and you're like, well, I'm in front of everyone I want to see. I don't really want to pay attention to my phone, but then I'm like, Americans probably just telling me I have a flight tomorrow. And then I'm like, oh, I never checked in for like my 3rd flight of 4 days.
And then you get back to your room and you're like, I'm just exhausted. Let me just crash. And
it really is. As much as I like peopling, I get very tired by the end of it. So it's like every day I joke, because people are like, well, do you like it? It's like, yeah, I do, but it is exhausting in the best way possible. So when I'm doing retreat or anything else, we're usually leading like a 5 a.m. workout. And then it's like, we're there till 1 a.m. for the last person. And then it's rinse and repeat. And behind the scenes, we're either taking our private clients out to lunch. We host private workouts for anyone who signs up. We're doing metabolic assessments where we help put all your fitness and nutrition together. So when we're in an event, like we
Yeah,
joke it's fun, but it is work from sun up to
oh, yeah.
sundown.
You're definitely moving constantly.
Yes.
So, Rob, if you don't mind, tell us what's coming up with Busy
What's
Bariatrics. What's new and what's
Yeah.
coming our way?
So we're in year 3 of operation, and that's like really cool to be at because when I started, I was like, I don't think I'm going to get a single client. And then, like, we're at a really cool spot where I have like a full team. So I have my 2 assistant coaches, Lisa and Kylie, help with our clients, but we are run entirely by bariatric patients for bariatric patients. And one of our signature sign up periods is for our summer camp program, where we bring in some of the best fitness, nutrition, GLP-1, and bariatric experts from across the country to
Wow.
give you special one-to-one calls with the group where you get a chance to speak, talk, and ask all the questions for experts while also getting your fitness, nutrition, and everything else that we have to offer.
That's
I love
awesome.
that. Bariatrics at your fingertips.
I love it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So, for those who don't know what Busy Bariatrics is, can you give a quick kind of rundown of what you guys do?
That would probably help too. Busy Bariatrics is essentially born from when I had heard coaching horror stories of people signing up for online coaches and then were just given like workouts and meal plans that did not respect the bariatric journey, the bariatric exercise life, or anything else. And I had a previous background of running the strength and conditioning programs for the high school programs that I ran when I was a coach. So I went and made sure I got my certified personal trainer certificate from NASM and NLCA so that I was dual certified, high overachiever. But then I really set out to build a coaching program that was built to have everything I wish I had in my bariatric journey. So we have online courses that teach you what to do from month 1 of having bariatrics to even prior to bariatrics, as well as workout programs that help guide you from if you've never lifted a dumbbell before to all the way up to split half marathon training. So we
Oh,
covered the entire gauntlet. Yeah. But for a lot of bariatric patients, we've always found that gym intimidation is probably the biggest issue of I don't want to be judged, I don't want to be
mhm.
looked. And both myself and my one assistant coach, Lisa, who does a lot of our programming now,
Lisa.
isn't she the best
I
from
love
Baby
her. She
Bride?
actually helped us work out at First Form when we were there, and we have stayed connected with her through Facebook and Instagram, and just she's wonderful.
Yeah, and you know from working with Lisa, she makes sure that everyone feels accepted, but
Mhm.
also make sure that you feel safe in your exercises. We'll
Yes.
demo it, make sure that you have a clear plan. But we retooled our entire breakdown gym intimidation program. So we
Oh,
give you exercises that you could do just from like starting in the gym and getting on the treadmill and just scanning the area to get an idea. But in our app, you actually have over 400 videos that we've recorded of me demonstrating how to do each move.
you have an app? I
We
didn't know
do
that.
have one. Yes, we do. So
What is the name of your app? Or do you have to
it's a private app. You have to sign up to
Okay, but
get
that's
it.
good to know so that
Yes.
Yeah.
people understand that. But that's great. I mean, to have workouts at your fingertips
Hmm.
when you're available to work out, some of us are busy, as in Busy Bariatrics, we're
Yeah.
constantly running a million miles an hour to working 10 to 12 hours a day. Where am I going to find 15, 20 minutes to work out or an hour? I assume you have different levels of and times of workouts as well.
So the coolest thing is, when I started the program, I started with just a beginner program because that's where a lot of my clients are. But then
Mhm.
I worked with some of the best programming experts in the country, Kayla Diamond specifically, and my coach Eric Bach, to build programs that help build muscle and burn fat. And as of right now, you could be in our program for over 7 years, and we have workouts that will specifically guide you from breaking down your gym intimidation to building you through a fat burning phase for your first year of bariatrics to a more muscle building phase in your second year to a maintenance phase that continues to go on and develop so that you're constantly evolving and changing your physique. So we have clients that have started with me from day one, have been in the program for 3 years, have lost hundreds of pounds, completely recomped their body, and are lifting in new programs that we have made that tailor to get the results that you want.
That's
Where we
awesome.
see that, yeah, what we see is not to knock other programs, but a lot of the times they're either cookie cutter where everyone does the exact same thing, but it doesn't reflect your goals, or they're just doing random workouts willy nilly, one from here and one from there, and it doesn't have the lasting effects of strength build. That's where we come in and build a program that helps you burn fat, build muscle, and live your best life after bariatric surgery.
I'm loving this.
So I
Yeah.
know your focus is mainly on the bariatric patient. Do you have clients outside of the bariatric surgical? So you have those
Absolutely.
clients that are just for that weight loss?
We help clients that are looking for a weight loss goal. We also have clients that are incorporating a GLP-1, and Kylie, our other assistant coach, is our GLP-1 expert. And she has an entire course that is built out on how to incorporate GLP-1s as
Wow.
well as, leads a lot of our group community calls as well. So we have answers for you from
I
experts who
love
have
it.
both lived it and have studied it and have made sure that they know how to continue to get you results while using it.
This is great. So if I was someone that is just starting my bariatric journey and I want to know what Busy Bariatrics can do for me as a new bariatric patient, I'm just starting my journey. I need to know all the things. Other than workouts and nutrition, what else do you provide them?
Oh my goodness. I'm going to give you the link to our episode that we recorded with Jordan.
Okay.
Jordan came to us 2 weeks after bariatric surgery.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
wow.
And we incorporated everything from what should you be looking at each month, each quarter, and each year in your bariatric journey.
I
Well,
love schedules.
yes, we have it. So if you're within your first year, we actually have a month by month program that you upload each month. And then you get it specifically like, here's what you should be mastered in, here's what you're probably still struggling on, and here's what you need to consider. But we have also it linked to all of our other videos so that you're learning about your fitness, you're learning about your nutrition, you're learning how to show up for yourself.
I
All
love
the
it.
elements of Busy Bariatrics guided for you on our online app that you can essentially watch at 2 o'clock in the morning if you have a question, or if you're across the country.
I wish we had
Um,
this our first year.
yeah,
That
that's exactly, and Pam, that's exactly how we built it, is we have it built for whatever a bariatric patient ever requests, we just build it in.
Yes.
So that's where the additional workouts comes in. That comes to Lisa, checks your workouts every day and gives you specific feedback on what to work on so that you continue to grow and develop through the program.
I
You
love
have,
how connected your
yeah,
trainers are with their
Yes.
their
Yes. My
people.
my first year, I was a gym rat, wasn't I? I was in the gym 7 days a week, sometimes twice a day. And we would do what our support groups or our hospital group, and I would be on a treadmill or on an elliptical
With the
while
headset
with
on.
my headset on. But I went in there blind, knew nothing. I hadn't been in a gym in 15, 20 years. And I just had to figure it out. And I was asking people who had no idea what a bariatric surgical patient needed as,
yeah,
how can you help me? And I was just so lost, but I worked out every day. And did it help? Yes. Did it do what my body really needed? No, because I should have been so much further in that 1 year. It was about 18 months I was in the gym nonstop.
yeah.
Should have been so
And
much further.
I think that's why we build so much of our program the way we are, but also give yourself credit. You really committed harder than
She
most
did.
people did.
But
And
then she
18
burned
months is
out,
tremendous.
Burned myself out because I had no clue what I was doing.
and she wasn't getting the results she
No.
expected because
And and
yeah.
that is so common. Just
Yeah.
like I said, Jordan lost over 150 pounds with us through doing our program from day one. We also have clients like Lisa herself, who was convinced at her 7 month mark she was done losing weight. She knew everything to do, but just wasn't getting the physique that she wanted. And through working with our maintenance program and everything else, she lost an additional 70
Wow.
pounds.
And I know
Well,
she looks great. We
phenomenal.
saw her. Yeah, she looks
Yeah.
amazing.
I lost
And
174 pounds that first year and a
yeah,
half,
that's amazing.
but I did not gain that much muscle. That's the
And
problem.
that's very common. And we see that with people on GLP-1s as well, is they
Mhm.
can lose 30 pounds, but it's almost at a 1-to-1 ratio. So if you don't have the proper nutrition and strength building program in place with
Mhm.
the GLP-1, you end up just in the same problems that a lot of people have after bariatric surgery, where they're losing at a 1-to-1 muscle to fat ratio. So yes, they are looking smaller, but they could almost look gaunt in some senses if they lose too much, or they kind of just look very, like, soft and
Yes.
I was
flappy,
soft.
for lack
I
of
was
better words.
fluffy.
Yeah,
Well, and see
where
oh, go ahead. Sorry about
no, just that I think a lot of people, when they have bariatric surgery or go on a GLP-1, they have the vision of like, "Oh, this should make me look like that dream physique," where you're really close after having both, and I wanna
Yes.
say that. But you still have to get the nutrition and exercise just right, which we do, to
Mhm.
get the results that you want, which we repeatedly give.
So I went and saw my doctor, and like I think I was telling you before we started, and because I've been having pain under my arms, my behind hurts, things like that. And he says, "You've lost the weight, but now it's time to gain the weight."
Yeah,
Weight.
absolutely.
Yeah. And he's like, "I'm having trouble because I have no muscle." So I might walk and things like that. I'm getting my cardio, but I am not getting any strength training. And I didn't realize how much strength training should have been a part from the beginning
Mm.
because of how much muscle loss that you will actually have. And I have done bariatric, I had sleeve surgery. I've lost 172 pounds now. And I did go on a GLP-1 because I started having the head hunger really
Yeah,
loud. And it's helped me, it's curbed my issues, but I still haven't gotten the between the ears issues fixed yet. Because, when I stress eat still.
Mhm.
It may
yeah.
be smaller portions, but I'm still stress eating. So,
That is so common, and I think a lot of the times, that is what we hear a lot with the GLP-1. We have dozens of clients who have incorporated a GLP-1, if only to help stop the food noise, but
mhm,
it does not really address the mental or emotional aspects of eating or the
yeah,
why that you're eating, and that's where
exactly.
I think our program really does stand out is we address those, whether it be through our community calls where we give actionable items to help heal your relationship with food. We just are finishing up an entire module, which is a 4-month module of what to do to heal your relationship with food. And it comes with
Mm,
actionable
yes,
activities
and
to
that.
work on week over week. So we tell clients all the time, yeah, you absolutely should go on a GLP-1 if you were really struggling with food noise, but ultimately you still have to heal the relationship with food, no different than bariatric surgery.
Right.
So, for many people, they're either taking a GLP-1, they've just had bariatric surgery, and they're saying, like, I'm spending all this money for a semaglutide, or I've just private paid for bariatric surgery or used all my insurance and sick days. I want to ensure that I get the best results that I can. And that's really where we step in. And for things as low as $150, you can absolutely get amazing results by using our program in corporation with all that and get the support from coaches who are certified and know what they're doing and know how to get results.
That's 150 month. That's 150 monthly, right?
150 monthly, which is less than what the average American spends on fast casual or
Yep.
delivery. And I
Well,
priced it specifically for that because the
mhm.
first question, whenever anyone says, I can't afford it, I just ask, humor me. What did you spend on delivery and DoorDash in the last month? And they never want to say that number.
I
But
live
then
in
I'm
the
like,
country,
look,
so I
That's
can't get it.
0.
Yeah, I live
no,
in the country, I can't get it, but I ate out a lot.
Yeah.
I noticed in the last 6 months, my eating out has increased because my stress level's high and I
yeah,
don't have time to cook and things like that.
Yeah.
I do have time to cook if I prepared properly. But,
Yeah.
I'm learning what I say I can't do is because I don't wanna do, and
It's
I've got
not can't,
it
won't.
it won't.
yeah.
Um,
Wanna.
I don't wanna.
And
So, I'm working on that.
I
But
think a lot of the times where we help our clients thrive is in the why of the busy method, which is showing up for yourself. And a lot of our modules also work on calendar creation or creating healthy boundaries, especially, and this is going to sound sexist, but the data backs me up on it. Females traditionally are more inclined to put others first than their
Mhm.
male counterparts.
Oh, yeah.
Hopefully,
we're
I don't
people
get my
pleasers.
head bitten
Yeah.
off for that. But when you do that, it usually means you're putting yourself behind. So
Well,
something as simple as changing the mindset shift of having your calendar reflect you showing up for yourself in one aspect a day, or at least seeing like, I don't
so
have time to say yes for everything now. We
Mhm.
teach some really actionable things of just changing your language of, I want to do this, but I can't right now, and schedule it out for maybe like 3 weeks or a month later.
I
It
like that.
allows you to still maintain the relationship with your friends, but it also allows you to not overwhelm yourself. It's why our clients,
Friends is just
um,
I
yeah,
know.
like our clients traditionally lose 5 pounds in December when
Oh,
they incorporate this technique.
wow.
well, I know today I noticed you had a post about inconsistency,
Yeah.
and it was like you went bonk.
I
You were talking to us.
I will always say that my content is not the sexy or the funny content.
It's
My
reality.
A lot of the times people, will message me and be like, "I feel like you're talking to me."
Yes. It's
And
like when you go to church and the preacher's preaching, and all of a sudden you're like, "Did he read my diary this week?"
it is funny because when we do our community call, it's usually on a topic that is very specific that I'm noticing going on either in our community or a resource we don't necessarily have. I'm like, I've covered this topic, but I want to cover it a little differently. And I always get like, I feel like you're speaking to me. And it's because at this point, I've coached hundreds of bariatric patients. I have coached thousands of students who struggle with all or nothing thinking, how to get started, how to build
Yeah.
executive functioning. So it's very rare if I do not know exactly what is holding someone back when I talk to them. And I'm also that much of a direct person that I will outright tell you, here's where I think you're going to be held back. But more importantly, here's what I would do to get out of it. And
And
I think
I
that's where
think
we
that's
go.
something I know I like directness. I'd rather somebody be very blunt because I'm blunt with people as well.
Yes.
Poor thing, she gets blunted all the time. But,
Some
I
people pay extra for that.
first say that again?
Some people pay extra for that.
Yes, they do.
Okay.
And, I'll charge you next time.
Mhm.
But, you know, we, I would prefer someone be very direct and tell me where I'm failing or where I can improve. You know, my new manager at work, I didn't like him in the beginning. And I told him straight up, I don't like you. I'm like, I've been in this company for how many years? I don't like how you do things. But I'm starting to turn the page because I'm seeing he's not criticizing what I've done. He's saying there's always a better way. There's always something new you can do. And I feel like that comes into bariatrics as well, because when I had my surgery 3.5 years ago now, um, and I've lost the 172 pounds, but where I'm failing is my exercise. Where I'm failing is when I'm having a stressful moment. I used to go work out. Now I'm sitting my butt in front of the TV again. So I think in the first year, we were really focused on the me.
We can't rely on just the tool anymore. We
Yes.
have to put the work in.
We have to really, the tool is still working. We still get the fullness cues. However, at this point, it's in our hands to really decide how our body is going to be shaped going
Mhm.
forward.
Yeah, and I think that's very common for a lot of bariatric patients is they have that dissonance of I either need to do it all or if I double down on what's worked before, I should be able to get more results. And one of the big tenets in busy bariatrics is more isn't better, better is better. Our coaches spend a lot of time deep diving your freezers, your pantries, your supplement lists, but most importantly, your calendar and really being like, instead of going to the gym 7 days a week, what if you went 4 and spent 2 days planning your meals out because you're dining out because you need all this time in the gym, but
Mhm.
you're destroying your caloric deficit because you're eating healthy or eating clean, and we get teach you how to break free of those words as well. You're destroying your caloric deficit by eating out at McDonald's afterwards. So it's a lot of the times our best work and where our clients really take off is when they work with our coaches one-on-one and we dive your calendar and we see like what's actually attainable. Why are you trying to get in a workout in between 3 other carpool things when you have a block of time at 5 a.m. to work out? And a lot of clients are like, oh, I don't want to be a 5 a.m. person, but that's the time when you get to show up for yourself undisturbed. And I always joke, like, no one in my house is awake when I come home, which means that that hour or hour 15 that I spend in the gym in the morning, that
Mhm.
is my self care each day to show up for myself and honor how far I've come.
That's awesome.
And I'm
Yep.
up at 5 AM every morning, but I spend that first hour
Sitting with your
sitting and
coffee.
scrolling and
Yeah.
drinking coffee and reading
Yeah. Okay.
One
Yeah.
of the hardest pills that my clients and people online always have to swallow is I just ask them very simply, can you show me your calendar, your bank account? Um, and I can kind of tell you like where your priorities are based on those two, with your time, money, and effort. And it really is true of how much time are you spending on your phone will tell you exactly what's gearing
Mhm.
towards you.
Mhm.
Where you spend your money will tell you exactly where your goals or priorities are and where you spend your time. And there's no wrong answer. And I explain that to clients a lot. For some people, it's like, look, if you dine out once a week with your family member, that's more important than an extra gym workout. But then that might mean we have to take our calendar and make sure that we have time for both of those on our schedule. But if we want to create a caloric deficit, we might have to eat tighter and more strategically in other meals during the week. And I think that's also how we really help our clients thrive is to realize like it's not that we're saying no to pizza forever. We're saying if you're having pizza on Friday, you probably don't need the mediocre pizza in the break room on Tuesday.
Right.
Yeah.
It's having the reality of living and living well, being able to eat what you want when there's an event, not making it an everyday
Yeah.
choice.
It's that
Yes.
balance.
Yeah. Because I know there's been days, and I talk about stress eating because I work from home. If
Yeah.
it's not in the house, I can't get to it. So somehow it's getting into the house. Who's bringing it into the house, right? Let's be
Billy.
honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Billy, right? My
It,
husband.
it, it's funny. I always joke with clients because they're like, oh, I can't throw away this last bit of Hershey Kisses because that would be wasteful. I'm like, well, who bought them in the first place?
Exactly. Well, who bought the Girl Scout cookies? I was a Girl Scout, so I bought Girl Scout cookies every year. Well, I put them in the freezer so I
Yeah.
wouldn't see them. Well, I cleaned out the freezer the other day and put them in the refrigerator.
Uh-huh.
And then you know what happened.
I buy the
I
Boy Scout
100% do.
popcorn.
Yeah. So, we realized, and we were talking about it last night, we realized that we've let ourselves slide and we were wondering why we were griping about our weight, where we haven't really gained weight, but our body shape is changing because we're not taking care of
Yeah,
ourselves.
it's just
It's
it's reshifting
Yeah.
different places.
so we don't want to, what we're trying to say is we know we've got places to improve
Yeah. We
and
all
we've
do.
got to refocus on that. And we have let other people's priorities become our priorities instead of us prioritizing ourselves like we did in that first year.
And that's one of the coolest things that we really teach with our clients. And I'll like 1-2 punch it with Lisa and Kylie. Like Lisa does a really good job. She will do a freezer or fridge review and be like, "Hey, you have Thin Mints in there. Why do you have Thin Mints in there?" And that's the favorite Girl Scout cookie. As much
Mhm.
as I hate mint chocolate chip ice cream, the
I
Girl
like that
Scout
one.
Thin Mint is the greatest cookie of all time.
I want the peanut
Um,
butter and chocolate. Okay.
Nope, you're wrong, but I appreciate it, and we'll move on. Um, what do you say, guys? Like, this, you
Yeah,
know
my
what you're
husband's a
doing with
Thin
me.
Mint person too.
Yeah,
Hey, I like Samoas too. So
exactly. I wouldn't know any other Girl Scout cookie because the whole time I would be eating them, I'd just be saying there like, "This should have been a Thin Mint," but
yeah,
Yeah. I'm a Sambuana, the trefoils.
I do too. I like the shortbread, but
Yeah, the
they're
shortbread.
very buttery.
yeah,
Becomes weird.
they're
And
good. But
yeah,
anywho, like Lisa will do a review and be like, "Why do you have these Thin
yeah,
Mint cookies in your freezer?" And then Kylie will come back on our community call and be like, "Well, here's how we stop restriction which leads to rebellion and incorporate it every day instead." So, like, one of the activities Kylie teaches is something as simple as like, look, instead of slamming a sleeve of Thin Mint Oreos every day, have 2 at the end of each meal. And then you're still having 6 Oreos throughout the Thin Mints throughout the day, but you're tracking it accordingly to your calories. You can plan what should the rest of your nutrition look like
Good.
that day
and
so that
it's
you can
not.
have it.
I like that because it's not restricting you. You're not going to go like I do sometimes where I just go all in and it's
Yeah.
like, okay, I had a bad day. I ate all that. So the next day I've got to be really strict because I did that. Instead of punishing myself, I'm
Mhm.
saying, here, let's have a couple, spread it out, get your exercise in so you're burning it off. have your protein, be doing all your high protein and everything, and you're still able to have your nice little treat.
Yeah.
So instead of someone who's not working out, yes, I'm still eating protein, but I'm not burning off those treats.
No, there's
Yeah.
mindful eating and there's mindless eating. Because I've noticed, like, if I plan, okay, I'm gonna have every night I'm gonna have a cup of hot tea. I'm gonna do 2 of those cookies.
Hmm.
Great, keep it simple, shortbread. But what happens is I have a stressful moment. You grab a sleeve, you're still working, you're scrolling, you're doing your thing, and before you
Mindless.
know it, you've eaten the entire sleeve
Yeah.
and don't remember eating them.
And I've also noticed if I portion things out. So I used to, my husband and I would share a portion. So we would take 4 cookies and put it in a bag, and he'd get 2 and I'd get 2.
Yeah.
But if we don't do that, he gets a sleeve and I get a sleeve. So we've noticed that you have to prepare to win, otherwise you prepare to fail.
That's Girl Scout therapy.
Exactly. Well, and those are a lot of the techniques that we actually use in Busy Bariatrics. It's the idea of taking what Pam said, make it a bit of your self-care at the end of the night. Like
Right.
I shut down my laptop at 9 o'clock and then I will have some form of a me treat. It could be a 300 calorie Uncrustable. It could be like 300 calories of Oreos.
Hmm.
It could be the Thin Mints, whatever we map it out to, but it's planned. I have that with my magnesium because I'm just getting old and sad. Like that is
I
my
take magnesium every
yeah,
day.
like that's my nightcap to help like calm me down and relax. But I turn my electronics off. I read a book. I enjoy it, and it's like when there's like a stale donut in the break room that like half my colleagues have probably picked up, looked at, like you don't know what kids got into that room and might have licked it. Like, yeah,
I forget you're in a school, so I'm like,
yes,
"Ugh."
I'm a it's always
I
the
get
craziest
that.
She
part.
gets
Yeah.
that.
Teacher by day, online bariatric fitness coach and CEO by night. But it just shows you can have a busy schedule, but you have to be
Mhm.
intentional with your
Yes.
time, your money, and your food choices in order to thrive after weight loss surgery. And that's what we teach our clients
That's
every
your
day.
word.
That's the word of the year for Bari-Besties is intentional.
Intentional.
Yeah. It's so important because I think for many people, going full steam unintentionally, uh, is not as effective as going like half-assed, but very intentionally. And that's
Mhm.
kind of what we teach with the instead of more is better, better is better. It's like taking like 2 minutes to just like calculate out what you want to do with your day allows you to do everything you want and thrive.
So, can you tell me, based on, and you don't have to name names, of course, because your clients are your clients, but can you tell us maybe your worst case scenario person and how they benefited from? Because I mean, there are worst case scenario peoples that are like, you can't help me. There's nothing you can do to help me. I'm
Yeah.
talking about me.
It's a good thing we're not your clients.
Well, we might be soon because
You
I'm
We
may
don't
be,
need
and
that discussion.
I have to say there's different levels. I will say I have handled some very difficult cases of clients from binge eaters to bipolars to people who have had disordered eating and really fragmented pasts.
Okay.
The biggest thing that everyone has in common is their ability to be vulnerable.
Yes.
And as long as you are willing to be vulnerable or work towards vulnerability, we have a better chance to heal. So there is almost no client that I haven't been able to get through other than the client that disappears and leaves the program.
Oh.
I can give you examples of clients who have been binge eaters who, because we've recommended the right books and the right resources, as well as helped guide them through and get them to other resources that have helped not only like lose the last 15 pounds, but have stopped their binge cycles. I've helped countless women get their periods back after spending years at 800 calories. Lisa has helped dozens of clients at this point thrive after menopause and PCOS and other women's health issues through strength training and putting the right schedule together. Kylie does phenomenal work with our clients who have cognitive dissonance, which is essentially like, all of them. You've never heard the psychological term, but it's your all or nothing mindset thinkers, your false fallacy thinkers, the idea that like are negotiators. So our team is really built with finding the right people, and we do a really good job when you apply for Busy Bariatrics to see what level you need. because we help clients who are like, look, I'm just not seeing results and I'm going to the gym 3 days a week. My health is good. My body fat is good. We've started them on our base level program and they've lost another 10 pounds. They're eating 800 more calories a day and they're feeling and fueling better. While with other clients, they might need a more one-to-one structured approach where we've had some really powerful breakthroughs where I've helped lawyers break their binge eating cycles. I've helped high executives who work in really prestigious jobs find a way to balance their nutrition, their fitness, and their strength training and get the bodies that they want. I can even tell you I've had clients who had to get ready for their wedding. Like the episode that comes out the week after or so, this episode is my client Lindsay, who works a very high powered job, was getting married and wanted to lose 30 pounds in 9 months for her wedding. She also had her own honeymoon, her best friend's wedding, her best friend's honeymoon, as well as a vacation to Paris and New Orleans. We were able to navigate all of that while she was working a 60-hour work week and planning her own wedding and got her to, her words, not mine, the body that I showed off on my honeymoon and my husband loved. And to be able to get results like
Beautiful.
that, the only time Lindsay was mad at me, and you can hear it in the episode, is they had to do an extra fitting because we leaned her down so much that it had to be taken in within like the last 3 weeks. But
Wow.
it's because we didn't really change that much in our program, but your body comps.
Yeah.
Like your muscle grows kind of when it grows, and you don't know when that's exactly going to be to an exact day. But it's like she comped and whooshed 7 pounds down, but had that perfect hourglass figure where
Oh,
the
wow.
back in her dress looked stunning. And that's probably my best work
I
is
like that. Yeah.
Lisa will tell you the dress she wore to her daughter's wedding. Like, I'm really good at making you look good in a wedding dress. So that's kind of for a dude, I think that's the best compliment is I can get you to work on a very tight time
Yeah.
frame and I can get you those really good results.
Wow. I may have to, I think I might be signing up very soon because my husband and I have an anniversary coming up and we want to go to Italy really
Yeah.
bad. And I don't think we're going to go this year, but next year it's all holds barred. And I want to be able to do all the things. Other thing is, I have what I call my berry bucket list. I want to go ziplining again. And my husband's on a GLP-1. He may also be able to benefit because he doesn't want to have bariatric surgery. He's scared to go under. It's just some
Yeah.
people are like that. But he hasn't worked out in forever. Like I was saying, his son, passed away during COVID, and he used to work out with him all the time.
Hmm.
And when after that happened, that's when he gained his 80 pounds. So
It is not uncommon
okay.
for clients to come to us. And if they are vulnerable and share, why? Because we live in an age, ladies and gentlemen, where you can get your macros on ChatGPT, and I'm not going to say they're perfect, but they're close enough. You can get your workouts from ChatGPT, and they're close enough. And personally, what a robot cannot do is sit eyeball to eyeball with you and really get down to the why are you not getting into the gym.
Yes.
And that's why I always say, if you're willing to be vulnerable, we can put the system in place to allow you to thrive no matter what's happening.
And I heard you say about helping people, even those that are bipolar. I have depression. I have
Yeah,
depression and anxiety. And that is what I think holds me back. And it also sends me down the rabbit hole of bad eating when I'm having those moments.
absolutely.
So I think that's really important that you don't only work on the physique of the person, but you're helping with the mindset and the mental health of the person. I think that's a place where a lot of people fail. A lot of trainers fail is they don't incorporate that into it.
100%. Or what's worse is they call themselves a mindset expert and they think that because they are a mindset expert or they took one certification over the weekend, they're handled to deal bipolar or anxiety or depression. Whereas we do a better job of what I believe getting you to the right people
Hmm.
and making sure that they are working in conjunction or we're working in conjunction with them. So we give the questions, comments to give their therapists or to their professionals, be like, here's how it's showing up that we're seeing as an objective person. Bring this to your therapist and talk to it. But that's also why I'm going to shamelessly plug at this point summer camp
Yes.
because for
Wanted to
so
ask you about
yeah,
that.
because for so many people, they need more than just a workout and nutrition plan. And that's why we built summer camp is we bring some of the best experts throughout the entire bariatric fitness and nutrition community to help our clients match up with people. So when it comes to our mindset and our psychologists, we have clinically licensed psychologists and therapists who lead our weekly sessions. So you'll get a chance to talk with Sarah Smith and go over the common look fors in addiction transfer. You'll get a chance to meet with Connie Stapleton, the author of Weight Loss
I
Surgery.
love Connie. She was
Yep.
my first podcast that I ever listened to. I love her.
This book has I'm not going to say cured, it's healed my relationship with food. Connie has gone from a hero who I met at the first JBY to a friend and colleague, and she comes in every year to speak and give hard, tough, direct love to the client. So you get that from Connie. We have Kristen Lloyd, who is the bariatric mindset.
We love Kristen Lloyd.
Right?
We just had a pod with her. She's been on here twice now and love her. I'm so glad to hear she's coming too.
She's coming in to teach all of the techniques of why you're not losing weight after weight loss surgery and a GLP-1. And so is Tabitha Johnson, who does a phenomenal job. She is a licensed therapist who has had bariatric surgery to go over all the reasons why and what to do about it. So we get, and Karen Kenny, who is an expert healing pathologist when it comes to the mindset and the somatic healing that needs to take place from trauma in order to allow your body to heal. So we brought some of the top mindset experts. I know she's an awesome podcast guest too. So please, please, please reach out to her.
Yeah, I just did the wink, wink over here.
I can kind of get the body language if we're putting this on.
Yeah, you can tell when you're best friends. We have tons of body language. So when is the summer camp actually occurring?
So summer camp starts May. I want to say the first guest speaker is the Tuesday after Memorial Day. Here is why, if you were listening to this episode, you should not sleep on it. You do want to get in, get your login, get your password, get a couple workouts in, check a couple of our resources before the summer camp.
So this is all online.
Series starts. Yes, it's 100% virtual. You can do it from everywhere. Every call is recorded. So if the time doesn't work for you, you get that plus every other summer camp speaker in your library. So again, we get rid of the time, the money, the excuses, but we have experts like that for the mindset. From a GLP-1 standpoint, we have Summer Kessel is going to be guiding us through her top techniques through her book, Living Your Healthiest Semaglutide Life. And she is going to be explaining how to thrive after using a GLP-1. We also have for menopause, we have Beth Ferrico, who has... Yes, I know. You saw the shock. Everyone, when I mentioned,
I'm like, she's sitting here laughing at me because she's like, Nina, you're going to camp this year.
I know. Well, I know I didn't mean to be rude by laughing, but when she said, "Oh, it's online," Nina thought you were going to bus her in somewhere.
I was ready to go. I was like, "Where am I trying to
roll?"
Yeah,
ready to go.
I don't know if we could do it for $150 a month with housing, food, even on a bariatric diet.
No, probably not.
Not even a tent at a local.
I will say this, we're always asked, do you do a summer camp in person? But I also tell all of my clients and everyone, if you come to almost any bariatric event that we're sponsoring, we do host private workouts, metabolic assessments, and everything else. But I also want to share a couple other speakers because Beth,
please do.
Beth, has helped thousands of women optimize their lives after fat loss in menopause. But we also have Stephanie Kraswaller, who is one of the top menopause and hormone coaches in the country, sharing exactly what holds women back in their 40s and 50s and what to do to allow them to thrive in their 60s and 70s. For healing your relationship with food, Jared Hamilton, the host of Dieting from the Inside Out. I told you. So the biggest issue last year was everyone was like, how are you going to top the speakers? And Kylie is phenomenal. Yes. Kylie said, well, Rob, you do it every year. I'm sure you'll find people to break. But if you know any of these names, if you've been on Instagram, not only are they great coaches, they're good human beings, but also they're people who give sound, tried and true advice. These are not people that are pushing random beliefs that don't work or threatening the ideas of seed oils or demonizing carbs. These are people who teach you how to live your best life after bariatric surgery or menopause or weight loss surgery. So we also have registered diet. I know I want to like keep
I'm
going.
wildly excited about this.
Yeah, from the nutrition standpoint, we have 3 of my favorite registered dietitians, even though I have so many. We have Kristen Willard, literally, who the queen of bariatric meal prep,
Oh,
is coming on and gives all of her information for it. Mike Shea, the busy parents dietitian, is going to teach how to meal plan and thrive
wow.
while doing weight loss surgery. And then Hannah Schuyler from Body Bariatrics and Betsy Dovak's surgical team is going to be teaching us how to eat after weight loss surgery for maintenance. So we've brought in tons of people. I know finances is always the thing too. So my financial coach comes in and leads a bonus section on how to
Nice.
thrive and track your progress with finances.
Great.
Josh's technique is what helped me eliminate over $100,000 of credit card debt in under 4 years.
Well, I
So
definitely need to have that because I'm dealing with student debt, loan
Nina,
debt, and everything.
we're going to camp.
if there is anyone who wants it, and the beauty is we have clients who start on our remote package
Mhm.
at as little as $150 a month. So again, as
Yeah.
little as the price of DoorDash. To work with a trainer twice a week, you can't get for $150 a month.
No. No.
So yeah, toss in the fact we also have a recipe library of over
Really?
300. I know.
Mhm.
We also have a recipe library that we just uploaded of over 300 bariatric friendly recipes. And if you're on our email list, we give you 10 free ones a month just for subscribing.
I love this. So I'm going to make sure that we get some links from you to add to our podcast, but also in our posts that we send out for the camp. But not only that, to sign up for the newsletter and to get further information. Um, if I was someone that has never heard of Busy Bariatrics, what's one thing you would want them to know about your program and what you offer?
We care
Oh,
more than anything else.
yeah.
I'm going to share a story. This is from my client, Angie. She worked with us 2 summer camps ago. And then she left because she had a couple things happen where she needed to leave. She then worked with like in-person trainers. She shopped through a couple more and she just recently joined back 2 years later. And she openly will say it. And now she knows I put this on every podcast. Um, she will tell you, she's like, I've worked with other online coaches. I've worked with in-person coaches. No one cares as much as your team does as our results and that we are healthy and doing it correctly. And that's the one thing I want your listeners to know. It's built by bariatric patients for bariatric patients to get bariatric patients results.
I love it. And that actually is in line with what Bari-Bestiez is. We are bariatric patients supporting other bariatric patients. So that's what it's all about, is supporting one another. So
And that's
yeah.
why we work with people who we know care about the community as well. And it's why I'm so happy and honored that you both shared some time to have me on today.
Oh, absolutely. I do have one last question about the camp, though. How long does the camp run?
So when you sign up, it is for 6 months.
Okay.
Camp runs for 4 of those months.
Okay.
What I will tell you though is we have a 72% retention rate after the 6 months, meaning that when campers come in and they realize this is a place where I get fitness, nutrition, accountability, expert speakers, daily progress checks, recipes for my family, community calls, and a private community that gets it. When they see all of that, so many of our clients say, you know what, I'm never leaving, if only because they know weight loss surgery is a lifestyle change.
Is
And they've
yeah.
gone and tried. They've tried to piece together, well, I'll do this tracking app for nutrition and it costs this much. I'll work with this trainer in person, it costs this much. I'll join this group and it costs this much.
No,
And then next thing you know, they're coming up at about $250. And for
paying more and not getting
$150 less,
yeah.
you get everything that we offer and more.
I love it, Rob. Oh my gosh. Well, one thing that we love to do is to partner with people that have the same mindset that we do about helping everyone else. And Busy Bariatrics is definitely that partner with us. And you know what you bring to the community, what you bring to the bariatric and GLP-1 community is something that has been missing.
And I
For a
appreciate so much when people like you understand that. So, Nina, Pam, thanks so much for having me again today.
Oh, thank you so much. We appreciate it. And guys, we will post this video along with links to everything that he's talked about today. And we hope that you'll join us because I think Pam and I are going to be signing up for camp very soon.
We're going to camp.
We're going to camp.
Can't wait to see you inside. And as always, keep getting busy.
Absolutely. Why is ProCare Health Bari-Bestiez' preferred choice for bariatric vitamins and supplements?
They are designed specifically for bariatric bodies.
They have complete daily nutrition in one easy dose.
No fillers, no junk, just quality you can trust.
Tastes great and easy to stay consistent.
Saves patients 49 to 61% on their monthly supplement costs compared to other leading brands. They believe in quality over cost.
They're backed by real results in a community that cares.
Because after surgery, your vitamins shouldn't be complicated.
Go to procarenow.com. That's PROCARENOW.com and use the code Bari-Bestiez. That's BARIBESTIEZ at checkout for 15% off your order or subscription. That's a wrap on Bari Chats. Besties, it's time to close the mic for now.
Thank you for joining us on this journey of honesty, laughter, and all things bariatric.
Through the highs, the lows, the food noise, and the NSVs.
We hope you found connection, inspiration, and maybe even an aha moment along the way.
So follow and subscribe Bari-Bestiez on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok.
Want a behind-the-scenes up-close action? Join us on YouTube and don't miss a moment.